Before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click that like button to help spread the word about watchJojo, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. The conditions people endure in Indonesia's Down syndrome villages will shock you. Judi is 45 years old. He lives in the Ponorogo regency in East Java, Indonesia, and he's a victim of mental illness. That's why for the last 16 years his parents have had him shackled to the floor of his very own home. Sadly, Judi's deplorable plight is not exceptional for this part of the world. Indeed, some 400 people suffer from similar disabilities here, and just like Judi, many have been locked away in cages or chained up in confined spaces for decades. In Jambon, Indonesia, for instance, Majid is caged next to his family home. His parents restrained him in this position 6 years ago, and even though he's deemed to be in remission from his mental sickness, his family refuses to free him. Simon, pictured here, is 45 years old, and he also hails from Ponorogo, Indonesia. He's been bound at home since he was 25. The dire conditions of his living space are a symptom of the area's extreme poverty. But it's not just those with psychosocial frailties that are subjected to this shocking treatment. Those with physical disabilities are also handled in this way. In fact, this fate awaits people in villages such as Sidoarjo, Karang Patahan, and Krebet who suffer with Kampung Idiot, which is similar to Down syndrome. Incredibly, the Human Rights Watch released a report in March 2016 that revealed as many as 18,800 people live this way throughout Indonesia. The act of chaining up the population even has a name. It's called pasung. What's more, the Human Rights Watch estimated that about 57,000 people with mental or physical disabilities have been restrained at some point in their lives. That's more than the capacity of Yankee Stadium. Their families, however, do not always abandon those being restrained. Jamila here, for instance, has not been able to talk or walk since she was an infant, and she has Down syndrome. Her grandmother tends to her. Jamila's grandmother is the one offering support because Jamila's mother is away working. The sad fact is that families in these areas of Indonesia can earn as little as $30 a month. The Human Rights Watch report, which was titled Living in Hell, also found a common conviction among the Indonesian population that immoral behavior or being possessed by evil spirits is the cause of mental illness. Medical help, therefore, is only sought as a final option. This is despite the Indonesian government making pasung illegal in 1977. However, its practice is still clearly commonplace today. And even if people did wish to seek medical help, specialist hospitals are awfully scarce. Indeed, statistics from the Ministry of Health show that 9/10 of people hoping to find medical assistance would not be able to access it. There are, after all, only 48 mental health hospitals in a country with a population of 250 million. And many of those hospitals are located in urban areas, far away from the villagers who are in dire need of help. Furthermore, some 50% of these centers are found in only 4 of the country's 34 regions. If a family can access a hospital, though, the mentally ill or disabled can be admitted by a legal guardian with no judicial review, according to the country's laws. However, this system is also open to abuse. Human Rights Watch found, for example, that some admission forms were filled in with false contact details so that family members could essentially discard their charges. In other circumstances, families would relocate or simply not return to the facility. Situations aren't always improved for those who are admitted to hospitals either. In fact, the Living in Hell report noted that patients in care could be subjected to physical and sexual abuse, as well as obligatory and harsh therapy treatments. Additionally, other patients are forced to live in severely congested and unhygienic conditions. During its research, for instance, the Human Rights Watch found one facility that huddled some 90 women in a space fit for less than 30. With limited options, then, many turn to arbitrary faith healers, whose methods are far from scientific. One healer, for example, told the Human Rights Watch that he knows when his patients are cured when their body heat becomes cold. These shocking conditions and circumstances are still taking place regardless of the fact that the Indonesian government sanctioned a convention on the rights of persons with disabilities in 2011. This bill was supposed to ensure that equal rights were available for the mentally ill or disabled. The author of the Human Rights Watch paper, Kriti Sharma, said it best when Sharma told Agence France Presse, "Nobody should have to be shackled in Indonesia in 2016. People told us again and again that it's like living in hell." This echoes the words of the chairman of Indonesian Mental Health Networks, Dr. Pandu Saitwan. He told the Human Rights Watch, "The government needs to make mental health a priority because it's a human right. Human rights for mental health patients should be the same as for anyone else."